I remember we were playing the Bulls, and Sharunas was shooting a free throw, and I happened to be at half court with Michael and Scotty. And they're like, man, you guard him, man. I'm not trying to get banged up with this dude, man. He's running me over, man.
All right, welcome back to the show, everyone. Hope you all are having a good day so far. Excuse me, I wanted to check out this this video from Cosgrove. It's been chilling on my playlist here for about 2 weeks, and I've been wanting to know what the heck this is about, but I've just been kind of not avoiding it, but I haven't quite clicked on it yet. So here we are. Wow. All right, good start to this video. I'm not speaking proper. We'll see how this goes. This video is titled "The Only Player Michael Jordan Wanted to Avoid in the NBA." So you got to understand, this caught my attention. There's a lot of people who went at Jordan, but I don't know anybody he was like wanting to avoid. Drazen Petrovic, off the top of my head, he's one of them who just went at MJ. But once again, I don't know anybody he was like trying to avoid. Bernard King also comes to mind, but once again, he was never trying to avoid him. They just had some epic battles. But anyways, instead of me just sitting around here guessing and fumbling my words like a pro YouTuber here, everybody. Let's get to the video. As I always do, I'm going to link the original video from Cosgrove down in the description for you guys. So if you want to check out this video without my commentary, or you want to check out Cosgrove's channel, which is packed with cool basketball content like this, highly recommend it. Link is down there for you. Everyone, please leave this video a like. Helps out a ton. And without further ado, let's do this. Is that Marciulionis?
Throughout Michael Jordan's career, he was usually the one to strike fear into his opponents' hearts. But according to what was supposed to be a private conversation between he and Pippen, Jordan didn't want the smoke on this particular night.
Okay. Sharunas Marciulionis, I believe, is the guy. I don't know. Let's see what you got, Cosgrove.
If I were to tell you that a left-handed six-man who was an international legend is responsible for introducing the Euro step to the NBA, you would probably think I was talking about Manu Ginobili. While Ginobili definitely popularized the move in the mid-2000s, it's actually Sharunas Marciulionis who is credited for bringing the Euro step to the NBA. In 1989, Sharunas Marciulionis made history by joining the Golden State Warriors, becoming the first Soviet player to play in the NBA.
This is why they traded Mitch Richmond. Exactly. This kid can play basketball. The first player signed out of the USSR, and he can play basketball.
I mean, I get that, but they had a trio. They had Run TMC out there, so I don't agree as far as getting rid of Mitch after one season of Run TMC.
Sharunas came here.
No disrespect to Sharunas at all, by no means. The guy can hoop.
Everyone thought, oh, he's Russian. I'm not Russian, I'm Lithuanian. I don't want to answer your questions in Russian. Talk to me in Lithuanian.
He was one of the first European players to make it big in the NBA, helping to break down barriers and pave the way for future generations.
I think the entire European market owes a debt of gratitude to Sharunas Marciulionis, because he was the guy that started everything. He was the guy that opened everybody's eyes that, hey, there's some really good players over there, and we better take a look.
To me, he was a trailblazer. You know, Petrovic was on Portland, so he didn't really explode till he got to New Jersey.
Yeah.
But Sharunas really, I thought was a trailblazer for the international players.
For a lot of people out there that don't know, Sharunas Marciulionis, man, he was like, for me, the first part of the European wave.
He always had this move where he gonna go behind the back, and he was doing all this. He might dunk on you, gonna shoot the three. He had a little bop to his game.
Known for his bulldog mentality, relentless drives to the basket, and silky smooth scoring, he quickly became a fan favorite. At the time, there were numerous stereotypes about European players, labeling them as soft, but he would quickly change that perception, showcasing incredible physicality that they were not expecting from a European player.
It's funny, and now the reputation is that we're soft here, while the Europeans are getting stronger and stronger and better. their fundamentals are off the charts.
Marciulionis just played, lights out against us. You don't see many guards that are like bulldozers.
He was at that time with us. He might have been the strongest guy in the NBA. Back then European players were shooters and they were soft. He was the opposite.
Yeah,
he was a driver and he was tough as now. As an offensive player, he would punish you. He would hurt you because he was so strong and just drive, always left.
And it was for that exact reason Michael Jordan avoided being matched up against him. Now, I don't want to say Jordan was scared.
I forgot the point of the video. Okay, let's do it. What is this?
This wouldn't sound right coming out of my mouth. But at the same time, how else are you supposed to interpret this?
I remember we were playing the Bulls and Marciulionis was shooting a free throw and I happened to be at half court with Michael and Scotty. And they're like, man, you guard him, man. I'm not trying to get banged up with this dude, man. He's gonna be over, man.
And in one game,
that's awesome.
Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan, someone was on the free throw. I was at half court with both of them. And they were arguing who was guarding Marciulionis. And Michael's like, I'm not guarding him.
Just looking at his highlights he had against the Bulls alone kind of makes me understand Jordan and Pippen's plight.
Nobody I get it.
Keep Marciulionis in front of him. I mean, he could get to the basket with the best of them. Once he got to the basket, he had that incredible desire and strength, and he was just an unbelievable player.
Livingston right there against Dash.
He had an engine on him.
Some defense here. Marciulionis got it. Mullen. Marciulionis is good. You got to respect the drive with him.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he's not scared of anybody, man. He doesn't care. He's going right to the basket. Oh, charge.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, sorry, Mike. That was a charge.
His fifth. They want a timeout.
Marciulionis had his best season in 1992, where he was the runner-up for the Sixth Man of the Year award. That season, he was the third leading scorer on a 55-win Warriors team, averaging almost 19 points per game, and capped it off with a bronze medal at the 1992 Summer Olympics, beating out the team that Lithuania was once controlled by. After Lithuania gained their independence from the Soviet Union in 1990, Marciulionis helped organize the national team. But there was one problem.
Oh, wow.
They couldn't afford to finance their Olympic trip to Barcelona. That is until the Grateful Dead rock band agreed to sponsor them, forming an unlikely crossover.
The Grateful Dead.
That is a very unlikely crossover. I just wanted to read that headline real quick. Till Lithuania withdrew from the 92 Olympics due to lack of money after the fall of the USSR, the Grateful Dead agreed to fund transportation costs for the basketball team along with Grateful Dead designs for their team jerseys and shorts. They went on to win the bronze. What connection is there between the Grateful Dead and Lithuania? I really don't know. Wow, that's just cool. It's almost like they sponsored the team because they had Grateful Dead designs for the jerseys and the shorts. It's just like sponsoring a team.
The Grateful Dead were big basketball fans.
Okay.
I remember it being Mick and saying, hey, I saw something about how the Lithuanian basketball team can't even go to the Olympics because they can't afford uniforms. And everybody would say, oh, that's wrong.
He said, why don't we fund them?
And they sent to Lithuania a box of tie-dye t-shirts with Lithuanian colors.
And those tie-dye...
Wow. I never put this together. I remember these shirts. I remember this clothing, and I had no idea why. What connection that had to do with any part of Europe. It was so hippie. Like, it was so 70s hippie. Now I get it. The tie-dye shirts. Man, this video is worth it just for this alone.
T-shirts ended up becoming iconic, with celebrities being spotted wearing them, and they were even featured in an episode of Friends. When they
do you guys remember this? Those of you who were around in '92, because I totally remember this. I just didn't know the Grateful Dead were associated.
Medal against Russia just 2 years after the collapse of the USSR. It was a moment that symbolized much more than just basketball. For Lithuania, it was a celebration of their independence.
To finally be free and to be able to see your own flag raised at moments of triumph.
Their final game against Russia, live or die.
The whole nation was watching. You have to destroy them. At any cost, you have to win.
Sarunas played a pivotal role in putting Lithuanian basketball on the map and helped lay the foundation of the European invasion of the NBA.
Dang, I kind of want to see this now.
From Europe, Spain, I wanted to give a special mention to those first Europeans that came here, across the ocean, that took a chance and opened doors for players like myself. Drazen Petrovic, Sarunas, Marciulionis, Detlef Schrempf.
After his first few seasons in the NBA, Sarunas...
Does Vlade Divac not count because he... Well, no, I'm just going to leave it like that. Was there something that Vlade did that he didn't count for this list? Because if I remember correctly, it was what, like 1990 that he was a Laker? But I seem to remember he came straight from, back then was Yugoslavia, right? Anyways, let me know, because I don't see a lot of people mention Vlade when it comes to the European wave coming in. But yeah, Sarunas and Detlef Schrempf, absolutely, and Petro is the one I credit the most usually. But yeah, I don't hear Vlade mentioned very often.
Started to have knee problems, at one point missing 1.5 years due to injury, so the Warriors traded him to the Supersonics, and then would go on to have brief stints with the Sacramento Kings and the Denver Nuggets as well. He was no longer the same player that people saw with the Warriors, as lingering injuries ultimately shortened his time in the NBA. Nevertheless, Sarunas will always be remembered as one of the true pioneers for international players in the league.
Sarunas Marciulionis had a brief yet impactful NBA career, 4 of his 7 seasons as a Warrior. Shotty made, there's a sweep. Look at Marciulionis' move behind the back.
Right on Marley.
Marciulionis was instrumental in the globalization of basketball.
He was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame in 2014, as well as the FIBA Hall of Fame in 2015, a testament to his influence on the game. His success demonstrated that European players can not only compete, but thrive in the NBA.
A European scouting report would be jump shooter, a little soft, probably would come over for a little cup of coffee and go back to Europe and be a star again. But when he came to training camp, he broke all the stereotypes.
There was never a player with, such a speed, explosiveness, and skill. Sarunas, he was just ahead of time.
Hey. Hold on. That was such a quick photo. Yeah. There's Tony Kukoc.
Just ahead of time.
Well, it's a really, really good thing I didn't save this for the 23rd, because I was thinking about saving it for the 23rd, but this had nothing to do with Michael Jordan. So the only problem I have with this video is the title, the clickbaity title, because this is just a really cool tribute to Sarunas, which I'm totally down for. But I understand why he threw Michael Jordan in the title, because it is what caught my eye, and I'm not sure if I would have watched this if it wasn't titled this way. It's unfortunate, right? But it is just the way the YouTube game goes. But anyways, that was a really cool video. Like I said, not much to do with Michael Jordan, but that's totally cool, because I haven't talked or thought about Sarunas Marciulionis in quite a while. And that was kind of cool going back and seeing guys like David Robinson and Mullen and stuff talk about him, because he really was one of the trailblazers in the 90s when the game was starting to go global. And yeah, there's a handful of dudes who just came in and balled out. A lot of people don't remember Sabonis, not Sabonis' son, but the old Sabonis who was playing in the 90s. He came over here in like the latter half of his career, and his fundamentals were off the hook. Like, I loved watching Sabonis play, just because we never seen anybody like that here. Completely different style of play. He reminded me of like Jokic, but in the 90s and just older. You know what I mean? But as far as like his court vision and his basketball IQ was off the charts, and I loved watching him play for Portland. But anyways, you guys, let me know what you thought about this. Please answer that question about Vlade Divac. Am I missing something? Did he go to college here or something and just didn't quite learn the language before he was an NBA player? And yeah, list any other Europeans that you remember in the 90s who were kind of those trailblazers, kicking the door open. before guys like Dirk Nowitzki and you know, Giannis and Luka and all these guys have now really, Jokic, like now we are. I saw the commissioner mention it, and I think he said we're 29% international now, as far as like 29%, I believe it is, in the 20s or 30s, the percentage of players who are not American, like not born in America, are now in the NBA. So as far as the talent pool goes out there, it's getting pretty well split, because I figure once it gets to 66%, then we only cover 33% of the basketball market as far as talent goes. And that's when you know we've truly gone global. But it's a lot bigger than it was. It used to be like 1 to 2% of the players weren't born here in America. And yeah, European, my eyes especially on Europe. Asia's got some talent too, but European basketball, man, I don't know. These guys are really focusing on fundamentals while we're not. And I think they're really getting ahead of us. And it's showing in the NBA. Because if you think about like the players in the NBA right now, younger than 30 years old, and the best of the best playing in the NBA right now, I'm thinking of a lot of Europeans. You know, all these guys I list, I'm thinking of a lot of Europeans. So anyways, I'm out of here with this one. I'll see you later for the After Dark. Please leave this video a like if you enjoyed it. Comment down below so we can have a conversation like always. And subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this. Hit that bell notification if you want to get notified and all that cool YouTube stuff. So without further ado, everyone, peace out. I'll see you later.